Thank you for listening to Shulchanaruchharav.com.
Tikkun Chatzais during the period of the 3 weeks. We're all aware of the concept of Tikkun Chatzais, that scrupulous Jews and pious Jews in the past and even present continue to do by midnight to bemoan and mourn the destruction of the temple. And now we will discuss a new type of Tikkun Chatzais, which is discussed in the Mekubalim and the Paiskim, which is meant to be performed during the period of the 3 weeks from the 17th of Tammuz until the 9th of Av. And no, we are not referring to Tikkun Chatzais in middle of the night, but Tikkun Chatzais in middle of the day. So it's recorded in the Arizal, in his Sefer Shara Kavanas, page 89, brought by the Paiskim, the Magen Avram, in chapter 551, halacha 45, as well as the other Achreinim, that throughout the period of the 3 weeks, from the 17th of Tammuz to the 9th of Av, it is customary to mourn and cry over the destruction of the temple for a half hour or more, each day after midday. Meaning that in addition to those who do Tikkun Chatzais at night, we do Tikkun Chatzais during the day of the 3 weeks, and doing so is a proper custom, as the 3 weeks is a time of severities, and this mourning benefits the soul tremendously. So concludes the Arizal that this Tikkun Chatzais, which is done by midday, is very important, and it helps to be mamtik hagvurus, and to sweeten and benefit one's neshama, which is bemoaning the destruction of the temple, even if we don't consciously feel it. And part of the therapy for our neshama is to do this mourning during midday. Practically, although today most of Jewry does not perform Tikkun Chatzais at night, this Tikkun Chatzais, which is taking place in any event when people are awake during daytime by midday, is easy to perform, as you're anyway awake, and one can simply schedule an alarm to go off by the halachic Chatzais to remind him, and he can utilize that time for whatever he desires, for whatever way he desires, to bemoan the destruction of the temple, either by saying a kapitel of Tehillim, or even to say Tikkun Rachel for those familiar with it during Tikkun Chatzais of the night, or to simply think about the destruction, or to learn Hilchos Beis Habechira, which now leads us to our next subject, which is the study and learning of the laws of the temple during the 3 weeks. The Medrash states that the studying of the laws of the Beis Hamikdash, its structure and vessels, is viewed by God as if one is building the temple. This means to say that in addition to the mitzvah of Talmud Torah that is fulfilled whenever a person learns Torah, including when he learns the laws of the Beis Hamikdash, furthermore, when you learn the laws of the Beis Hamikdash, there's a special consideration given to this learning, as Hashem considers it as if you are right now building the temple when you learn these laws. So is recorded in the Medrash Tanchuma, in Parashas Tzav 14, and in the many Midrashim, the Psikta of Rav Kahana, the Psikta of Rabasi, the Yalkut Shemaini, and others. The Rebbe explains in a Sicha that not only is this considered as if you're building the Beis Hamikdash, but by learning the laws of the temple, it's considered that you're actually fulfilling the positive command of Asuli Mikdash. Meaning that although in general it's not possible to fulfill temple-dependent mitzvahs during exile, such as Karbanis, and we can only do things that are likened to the original mitzvah, regarding the mitzvah of building the temple, God gave us a way to fulfill this mitzvah even during exile, which is through learning these halachas. The areas of study that one can focus on for the purpose of building the Mikdash in the eyes of God is in Yecheskel from chapter 40 and onwards, which discusses the Tir Habayis, the description of the temple, as well as Tractate Midas in Mishnayos, and of course Hilchos Beis Habechira of the Rambam. And there are also many Sfarim printed by contemporary authors today with pictures and animations which discuss and describe the destruction of the building of the temple, and this can likewise be studied from to fulfill this mitzvah. So as per the Rebbe's directive, one should increase, especially in this study during the period of the 3 weeks. And as we mentioned, based on the previous part of this halacha, that an auspicious time during Chatzais Hayom to bemoan the destruction of the temple, what better time to study the laws of Hilchos Beis Habechira, specifically by Chatzais Hayom, and to then build the temple in the eyes of God. And may Hashem take our prayers and our learning and build the temple speedily in our days, physically below 10 tfachim.
Thank you for listening to Shulchanaruchharav.com. Our free services of making Torah knowledge available to the public depends on donors like you. Please help us continue our work through making even a small contribution at Shulchanaruchharav.com under the Daily Halacha Dedication section or in the subscription page. Also, check out our online courses and many sefarim available for purchase that will both enhance your Torah knowledge and help support our work.